دبي وورلد كاب هو حلم الكل.
La lutte pour définir vraiment les meilleurs chevaux.
The Dubai World Cup meeting is the first really big international meeting of the year.
It's fantastic.
I want to win on the big day, which is on 31st of March.
دبي وورلد كاب يعني سباق مهم عالمي، طبعا مهم للعرب، للأجانب، لمحبي الخيل، للخيول أنفسها، المجربين، الجوكية، الملاك. طبعا هذا اهتمام عالمي كبير جدا يعني.
"27 years ago, this was all 80% desert and 20% was some old stables. The trainers, I guess, if you look at the pyramid in the yard, it all starts with the trainer on the peak, the top. And then the whole pyramid goes down with my assistants, my foremans, my feeding team, my medical team, and the grooms. Of course, if you have to take something above the trainer, it will be the owners.
It's all about the people that work for us, the vets, the chiropractors. My assistant, Noel Conley, is amazing. The people that are in the barns looking after them every day, and the grooms, everybody's amazing. And we have a great group of riders that ride them, so it's fantastic.
طبعا احنا كنتكلم كفريق دلفن، فريق محترف، بدينا فيه من 25 سنة. هذا الفريق يعني أول ما بدينا فيه أحدث ضجة عالمية. أنا أذكر أول مشاركة لنا كانت في أمريكا في أوائل في 95، ففزنا في سباق في سانتا أنيتا في الفئة الأولى الجروب 1. طبعا الفئة الأولى هذه العالمية اللي هي من الصعوبة جدا على المدرب أنه يفوز فيه. يعني كأس العالم من ابتدأ إلى اليوم الحمد لله بفضل الله أن فزت فيه 7 مرات سباق كأس العالم. أنا ما أسعى، أنا أسعى أوقف الحصان كفحل، أو الفرس أوقفه كميرز للتوليد، كتوليد راقي يعني بالنسبة للفئتين. فهنا تكمل عملية شطارة المدرب. في بعض المدربين اللي هم كل مثلا همه بس يحصل على نتيجة تفوز، لكن ما يفكر كم هذا بيخسر المالك الحصان بيخسر يعني ملايين فيها. العالم بتشوف انه مثلا الحصان يشارك مدة دقيقة ونص إلى دقيقتين كزمن، لكن ما يعرفون الوقت اللي استهلك قبل السباق هذا مدة 2 سنين تدريب. أفضل أنا أنه مثلا الجوكي اللي بيركب الحصان هو اللي يجي ويركب الحصان في التدريبات الصباحية، وهو اللي بيعرف الحصان، قوة الحصان، مستوى الحصان، يعني المسافة الأرضية، أشياء هذه كلها يعني تكون عامل رئيسي. أي خطأ فيه، أي تقييم خاطئ من قبل المدرب، هناك تكون فيه نتيجة عكسية سلبية للنتيجة.
إذا أنت ما تدرب زين وضغطت على الحصان وأثرت عليه، يصير عنده أعطال الحصان، يصير عندك في التدريب ما تعطيك النتائج ما تجيبها صح. فلازم يكون دوره المدرب كامل من كل شيء.
As you noticed today that the lots go in 3 to 4, 5 lots, and each lot has about 30 horses. We oversee the training, the swimming, the spa.
أنا هوايتي أن مثل ما يمكن صغير أفضل أن أدرب الخيول. عملية هي شاقة متعبة، فيها متعة بنفس الوقت. متعة تكمن في النتيجة اللي أنا أظهر فيها بعد شهور. المدرب الصبور هو المدرب اللي يكون ناجح دائما. في كثير من المدربين لهم يستعجلون في عمليه التدريب او مثلا او النتائج، تختلف النتائج طبعا ما في كل يعني لازم كل يوم انا افوز، فهناك تختلف النتائج من فوز الى خساره.
For me as a trainer, we like to keep them fresh going into the races. We don't work them hard, and you know, especially for dirt tracks, I think that helps. You know, just to keep them happy. There was an old saying in America, keep them fat and happy and work them a half mile, you know, and that's kind of our theory, I think, here.
أنا التدريبات أول ما ابتدي التدريب الحصان يتدرب بشكل السرعات، أنا خلصت من التدريبات البدائية اللي هي التدريبات الروتين اليومي، هذا أنا أعتمد عليه بالنسبة للسرعات الحقيقية، وهذا طبعا ما يظهر نتائج كبيرة، اللهم كصورة بالنسبة لحركة الحصان، طريقة تدريب الحصان، الهيكل، شكل الحصان، هذا يعطيني أنا مؤشرات، لكن أنا أريد كنتيجة أني أنا وقت ما أبتدي في عملية تدريب تدريجي السرعات هذه السرعات هي اللي تحكم لي أنا وأحكم أنا على الحصان، أن هل هذا الحصان هو وين هو مستواه وكم وصلت جاهزيته في التدريب.
We don't start back till August, and we start with a very slow progression because they've been off for a while. It would take up to 3 months for us anyway to feel comfortable racing them. That's with no problems in between. So, you know, 3 months to get a horse ready to race, and then once you get started racing, you can do a little less with them to keep them for the whole season, which is, you know, 5.5 6 months long. So.
في أشياء مثلا خبراء تقيم طبعا، كثير من الخبراء يقيمون قوة أو الحصان هذا، فعشان إنه يعطى الحصان المستوى الحقيقي للحصان هذا، أنا أعطيهم الصراحة في جاهزية الحصان قبل المشاركة.
As a trainer, I want first impression I have to get out of my jockey is that he's a horseman.
The relationship between the trainer and the jockey, I think the best we're very fortunate. We have Pat Dobbs as our first jockey and Sam Hitchcock as our second jockey, and just believing in them and letting them go out there, and they have to do the job. Once the gate's open, I have no control over it. All I can do is get them to the gate, and after that they're in charge, and I feel very comfortable with their decisions throughout the race. And as far as they come in and every morning, they know the horses. They're two fantastic guys, especially to have around the racing yard.
فالجوكي أهم شيء اللي هو لازم يكون 50% على الحصان، يعني يثبت الحصان. أكيد دائما هو ذكي، الجوكية فيه ذكاء، يحسب لك الأرض، يحسب لك بالكيلو بالفلنقات، هم هذا الجوكي الذكي، وحد لا غبي بس اللي يركب الحصان وسبق ما سبق طاح.
طبعا انا اعوذ بالله من كلمتي، انا في عمليه تدريب في دلفن السنوات ال 25 سنه الاخيره تعلمت الاشياء كثيره الحمد لله بفضل الله ثم فضل الشيخ محمد، ان يعني الحياه مش كلها فوز والحياه مش كلها خساره. ف السباقات العاديه ما يعني اتمنى ان الحصان يفوز، عندي احساس ان الحصان هذا بيفوز او عندي احساس انه ما بيفوز اساسا من قبل بدايه السباق.
فهي الخيل هي ترفع المدرب، بس يكون المدرب بعد يرفع الخيل. فإذا تعاونوا المدرب والجوكي والخيل كلهم زينين نجحوا. إذا ظل المدرب تعبان والخيل زينه تعب الحصان. إذا المدرب والجوكي تعبان ضيع الخيل كله، ضيع المدرب على الخيل.
Unless you have the horses to train, the good horses, the decent horses, you can't have winners. So I'm very lucky to have the owners that I have and the job that I have. You know, if you don't have the horses, it's very tough to be a good trainer.
الخيل تنحب كلها ككائن، ما تقدر تقول أنا أحب رجلها ولا راسها ولا شيء. أكثر شيء أحبه بالخيل طبعها.
J'ai 54 ans, donc ça fait 40 ans que je suis dans le milieu du cheval. Donc entraîner les chevaux, ça fait depuis ce moment-là, quand j'étais apprenti, on monte à cheval tous les jours, donc ça fait 40 ans que je suis dans le milieu et que je monte à cheval, habitué à voir les chevaux tous les jours. Et c'est un recommencement tous les jours, on apprend tous les jours, chaque cheval a son caractère différent et c'est pas une routine. Enfin, ça va être une routine de travail, mais tous les jours il y a quelque chose de nouveau. On en apprend tous les jours. Un cheval, on va dire qu'il est intelligent par le fait qu'il a beaucoup de mémoire. Mais il ne va pas inventer des choses, vraiment au trait.
بعض من الخيول يعني مثل البشر يكون في يعني طيب كايند يعني مش مؤذي اثناء التدريبات سهل في التدريب ما يعذب حاله ولا يعذب المدرب او الجوكي اللي بيركب عليه.
Il y a vraiment des exceptions, mais un cheval est très attachant, très fidèle. Et il retient bien tout ce qu'on lui apprend. Il veut que bien donner. S'il savait la force qu'il avait, il pourrait refuser plein de choses, mais ils sont vraiment très gentils. C'est un caractère, surtout le pur sang arabe, est vraiment très très attachant. Et on pourrait le comparer au caractère que peut avoir un chien un peu vraiment fidèle. Et il va tout faire pour vous si vous le prenez dans le bon sens.
The training just doesn't stop as what you see on the training at the track. It's all, you have to know their mind. Psychologically, you have to know your horses. You have to treat them nearly like humans. The only thing is there's no talking between us. It's more of a body language and a psychology.
فهناك مثلا خيول كانت عندنا استمرت يعني العشرة لها دور في الإنسان في الحيوان يعني بشتى أنواعه. فبعد شيء من الخيول اللي تقدم نتائج كبرى عندما يحال إلى التقاعد هنا تكون في مثلا اللحظة هذه لحظة صعبة على الموظفين في الاسطبل لأنهم يعني خسروا أو فارقوا كصديق لهم يعني كبير أنه حقق لهم نتائج كبيرة مع أنه يعني في نفس اللحظة كان قمة في الأداء.
I'm a vet. I'm a vet and I work since 25 years in the field of equine osteopathy. So the classical veterinary medicine is working a lot with medication, and I think there is a big field also of the veterinary medicine working with the manual therapy, and so we check the back and the horse and the back on a manual point of view to find if we check the balance of the body. The back is the expression of the balance of the body, and then it's very important that by equine athlete like that they are very well balanced. So that's my job. When I'm here, it's my job.
The reason we have human factor all the way from early morning all the way to the training, there's 2 or 3 pairs of eyes watching them. Me, my assistant, my foreman, my riders, my grooms. So they're all actually looking at them if they're, first of all, it's not the physical part, they're healthy. Are they sad? Why are they sad? Why didn't they eat the food? Maybe there's something wrong. We can take blood report. Because as we can't talk to them, that, you know, the horse can't say, I have a headache, I'm not feeling well or something. So we have to use that body language and the psychology.
The first very, very important point is to say good morning, is to say hello, always. Never come in a box without say, you have to respect the horse, that he respects you. It's normal. And so the first very important point is to say hello. And then it makes them that you can come in contact.
لازم السايس يكون سايس لسايس الحصان طيب وياه ما يضربه ما يضربه لا يعظم ما يقول شيء انت وياه يعني مشي وياه يعني مثل واحد صديقه انت يوم عندك صديق واحد الصداقه هذا الحصان لازم يسايس صح اكله نظافه بروش تنظيفات انت شفت الحين كيف يسوون يعادوا اليدين وينظفونه ويضربونه بروش ويحطوا له فراش ويقربون له الفراش ويجون العصر ويضربونه بروش ويطلعونه يمشونه برا ويعطونه جزار وكل شيء. هذا السياسه سايس سمينا. كل واحد عنده 3 ترس كل سايس هو ينظف ويشله ويسوي. ويوم ياخذ اجازه اعطينا كل واحد ووزعنا عليهم. كل اسبوع نطلع 6 من 60 نفر كل اسبوع نبدلهم ونحط غيرهم نعطيهم اجازه نعطيهم راحتهم والفريق هذا يظل يعني يتعاونون بعضهم مع بعض.
Le fait de le voir tous les jours, matin, midi et soir, on commence à les connaître un peu comme nos enfants, hein, et ça devient nos enfants. Donc on les connaît une bonne relation et on voit si le cheval est en bonne humeur, mauvaise humeur, s'il y a un problème, quoi que ce soit.
Yes, it's a very majestic animal. It is a powerful animal. It's a big animal. But in the heart and the mind, it's pretty much same as a very delicate, you can almost compare it with human beings. I always compare the psychology, the body language of the horses with young children.
I get far too attached to them. I don't have a daily relationship with them because then I'd get even more attached, and also I'd probably get in the way of the team here who really don't need me poking my nose in every morning. But I think it's hard if you come down and see them and you know, feed them carrots and spend a bit of time with them. It's hard not to get a bit attached to them.
First, you have to love the horses. That's the very first point. And then the horses, they have to trust you. And okay, when you work as a classical vet with medication and so, you have to have the feeling about where is the problem and so on. When you work in a osteopathic or chiropractic world, then you have the feeling to have the touch the horse. And then, yeah, I think you need a little bit to be half a horse in your mind to understand what happens and to feel the horse. That's very, very important. That's the main relation. But the relation number one is you have to love the horse. If you think that the vertebrae in the back or the pelvis, every vertebrae has a small range of motion, but if you take all these together, it will make a big difference. And you can imagine that if it moves a little bit like that in the high, down in the ground, it will be maybe that's a difference. And end of the race, it will make a big difference. So yes, that's very important to be very well balanced.
Les chevaux de course sont des sportifs à part entière, donc ils doivent avoir un entraînement de tous les jours. Donc ça commence par à 4h du matin, on les nourrit, un petit déjeuner. Ensuite, après, on a des marcheurs où on met les chevaux avant d'être montés pendant une petite heure. Et ensuite, après 1 heure, on les rentre pour mettre la selle et on va à l'entraînement sur la piste pendant 1 heure. Donc tous les jours, c'est un entraînement différent, mais au moins 1 heure. Et ensuite, ils rentrent à l'écurie, on les fait nager, sécher, et ensuite on les met au box. Donc on fait 4 ou 5 roulements comme ça, avec chaque cavalier monte 4 ou 5 chevaux. Et puis on finit vers 10h du matin, on nourrit les chevaux pour leur déjeuner. Après ils ont un break de l'après-midi.
الأكل طال عمرك النظمة أنت شفتي سوي لنا البالدي هذا أرقام وكل شيء ونحط لنا الأكل نسوي خلطة أرواحنا مسوينا يعني من زمان الخلطة ماشي عليه اللي هو يعطي الأكل اللي هو زين ويخلط هو القياس ويعطي بطاطين ولا 3 كل حصان على رقمه ويعطي نحط له فيتامينات ما فيتامينات اللي يبغى اللي ما يبغى ما نحط له شيء منه. هذا يعني الاكل من ناحيه الاكل. من ناحيه الاكل اللي هو القراص اللي هو العشب غسال نظفه وكل شيء وما نظفه روينات الجهاز وعقب نصب عليه ماء ويبسه وعقب نعطيه الخيل.
Aux alentours de 3h30, 4h, on revient pour l'écurie du soir. Donc l'écurie du soir, ils ne sont pas montés, et on les fait nager, marcher, après pour qu'ils soient encore secs, à peu près 30 minutes chacun. Et ensuite, on les nourrit le repas du soir vers 5h30, 6h. Et après, ils ont toute la nuit pour se reposer, et ça recommence le lendemain matin, comme ça, tous les jours.
ما يعطيك ركض ما يدي لك الواجب صح. لازم يكون عضلاته صاحيه مسوي اعضاء الجسم قلبه كل شيء ما يكون عندك والنصيب عنده على تصير حوادث فيها بعد الخيل. تدري ان الخيل يعني فرضنا انه 500 وزنه 15 كيلو في ثانيه في دقيقتين ما بنقول لك في دقيقة ونص، في دقيقتين 15 كيلو ينزل يوم الريس.
Thoroughbreds are pure professionals. They want to get up in the morning, they want to train, they want to eat their breakfast at certain time, this thing. So they're like real pros.
Non, l'entraînement est la même base pour tous les chevaux, pur sang anglais ou pur sang arabe. Et ce sont des sportifs, comme je disais, et ils doivent avoir un plan d'entraînement, mais après c'est selon leur qualité, selon leur vitesse, leur aptitude qu'on gère les courses. Mais il y a une préparation physique, comme peut avoir un sportif qui prépare le marathon. On travaille d'abord l'endurance, ensuite après l'endurance, le corps est bien musclé, le cœur aussi, on va sur la vitesse après. Je ne pense pas qu'il y a vraiment spécialisation d'entraîner un pur sang arabe ou un pur sang anglais. Je pense qu'après ça vient avec l'expérience, mais le pur sang arabe, il faut le manager un peu plus qu'un pur sang.
انجليزي مثل الميزان، اذا ما وزنت عدل ما عصب، وزنت منها ان خليت يصير تراك نجحت فيه. غير عن العربي. العربي يشد يعني تشتغل تركر عادي، الكميه يتطور زين. الانجليزي يباله تعديلات، انه مهجن هذا مخلوط.
Arabians are similar, but their mind is again, you have to capture and study their mentality more than the physical and being a regimental schedule. So you can't overtrain them. I'd rather keep them a little bit undertrained than overtrain them, which thoroughbreds can handle it. They get burnt out easily. They can figure out minuses and positives quite quickly. They are, of course, a little bit more, lively than the thoroughbreds. Thoroughbreds can be too, but in general, an Arabian horse is more lively and happy-looking because they're more into that beautiful and smaller size than the thoroughbreds.
Les pur sang arabes ont des qualités et des défauts comme tout cheval de course. Ils sont en qualité, on va dire qu'ils sont très réguliers dans leur performance et très généreux. Et le petit défaut qu'on pourrait dire, comme tout cheval de course, si on le brusque un petit peu, il va plus facilement refuser un peu l'effort, mais si on le gère correctement, il n'y a aucun problème. Il va toujours bien doser ses efforts et donner le meilleur de lui-même tout le temps.
يعني أنا من النوع اللي ممكن أقعد ساعة بس أتفرج على حصان عندي، فماكو فرق كبير الواقع بيناتهم، لكن قلت لك الحب الأول إله.
Du cheval dans la course, pour moi c'est le cheval qui court, après le jockey il ne le porte pas sur son dos, donc je vais dire que 75% c'est la grande part du cheval, même 80%, et ensuite si le jockey a de l'expérience et une bonne intuition, et il va faire la différence.
Well, the horse is obviously the main thing. Without the horse, you're not going to be winning races, but there's also a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. You could have the best horse in the world, but if you're going to race him over the wrong distance, perhaps when he's not fully fit, maybe when he's had a small injury, you're not going to get the results. That's all down to the trainer and the team and the work riders and the grooms. Also, if you've got a jockey perhaps makes a mistake, it's very, very difficult for jockeys. They're making split-second decisions. People say the jockey just sits on the horse. Not the case. A good jockey can win a race. A bad decision by a jockey can obviously lose a race. So the jockey's a huge part of it, where they place the horse in the race, their knowledge of the track, their knowledge of the tempo of the race, that can really make or break your results.
فعلى اساس اني انا اختصر الوقت لازم انا اجيب ناس محترفين اللي حققوا نتائج كبرى. مثلا عندي في الاسطبل بعض الجوكي اخذوا 6 مرات افضل جوكي في بريطانيا.
I remember I was about 14 years of age, and we had to do in school. You have to do like a work experience, obviously, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, what? And my grandma used to always tell me, she always say, you'll be a great jockey, you'll be a great jockey. I said, why don't you go and ask Mr. McCain, can you go and work, for him, for the work experience? So I said, okay, I didn't know what I wanted to do, At the time, I didn't really like school. So I went to this trainer, and I went there for 2 weeks on the work experience. And I just, as soon as I walked into the stable, I realized this is what I was put on this earth to do. This is where I was happiest. It all came back to me, the love for the horse. And so I worked for him for the two weeks. I used to go back every weekend then. When every summer holiday, every time I had off school, straight from school, in the morning, sometimes before school, I would skip school to go to the stable, and I worked for him for 2 years. But he was a trainer of national hunt horses, which are jumping horses, which I'm obviously a flat jockey, so there's a difference. I was too small to be a national hunt jockey, so they recommended I go to Newmarket, to the racing college, and try my hand at becoming an apprentice flat jockey. So,
I'd say 80% of it is probably horse, and 20% jockey. But it all depends on the individual horses. Some horses are easier than others, and some jockeys get on better with other horses.
I started as everybody, just a rider, and I had to work my way up, doing all the things that apprentices do, cleaning the horses, learning to ride fast, gallops, as they say, fast work, prepping me for the day I got my license. And yeah, I was very, very fortunate that I got that opportunity. And I didn't look back. I had my first ride, and yeah, it was a great thrill, because I remember my very first ride was at Newmarket. It was a day before my birthday, and I got into the starting gates, and I looked to the right and to the left of me, and there was probably the most famous jockey of all time was beside me, Lester Piggott. He was on this side of me, and I had Frankie Dettori and Willie Carson on the left of me, and I was just so nervous. I was like, oh my God, I'm here with these guys that I've looked up to for, this is who I want to be. And the race happened so quickly, I can't remember it.
To become a jockey, there's a lot of different things you need from me. Obviously, you got to be relaxed, good hands, good balance.
It was a blur. I was like, I want to do it again, and I was very lucky, and I did very well. I rode. You have to ride 95 winners to lose your apprentice allowance, and I did that. And yeah, I didn't look back, and I still don't look back. I still love it. I still wake up every morning, and the passion is still there to ride winners, whether it be in lower races or the top races. You just, as a jockey and as a sportsman, you want to win regardless of what the level of the race is. So yeah, I still wake up, and you've all been here today in Zabeel and seen the surroundings. I wake up in the morning, and I come here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and just some days you pinch yourself, and you just think, my God, I'm living my dream. So a jockey's role in general is basically we exercise the horses in the morning. It's like a training regime, so we're training ourselves, and as well as training the horses, getting to know the horses, getting to know what distances they like, and some will be fast horses, sprinters we call them, so they would run over 5 and 6 furlongs or 1,000 meters, 1,200 meters, to your horses extend to 1,600 meters all the way to 2,400. So it's getting to know the horses. And then obviously on a race day, for instance, on a busy race week in Dubai, we would have racing on a Thursday at Meydan, Jebel Ali on a Friday, some days Sharjah on a Saturday, or Al Ain, and then we'd go to Abu Dhabi on a Sunday. So it's quite a busy regime. Some days I could have, between 20 to 26 mounts, on a whole weekend. So, it's then race day. So every race is like a championship for us. So with 26 rides, you've got a chance of winning. It's very important to get a bond straight away, to find this, because when you're on the horse, you're one. It's not just you and the horse. You become one unit. It's like a Formula One driver. He can't win the race without the car. So all of a sudden, you have to to create this bond and a good bond, hopefully, because you only have between 15 and 20 minutes to create that bond, you know, from getting on the horse in the paddock to the starting gates, making sure you kind of build up a relationship, a bit like a marriage, really, for that short space of time. So, you know, the horse is very clever. They're a very intelligent animal. And if they don't want to go, you as a jockey, like I say, you're one, so you've got to feed off that horse what he likes, okay? And you'll know by the first time you pick up a whip on a horse in a race and give it a smack, you know if it responds. If it doesn't respond and it starts to do this, you know the whip is not an option.
We all know that nothing can go according to plan because this is a race. Things can happen. There are other 16 or 20 or 9 or 10 horses involved. When 10, 15 other human beings and horses are involved and you're going in such high speed, things are liable to change.
You have to get your tactics right. Is your horse fast? Does he like to go to the front, or is he slowly away and he likes to just come past horses? So, you know, you have to get your tactics right earlier on. So the preparation, that's what's done before we go to the races.
Relationship between trainer and jockey is very important. When you work on a daily-to-day basis, obviously you need to click and be on the same wavelength and kind of taking the same most of the time. Obviously, it doesn't always work out, but you need a trainer to be a good loser as well as a good winner.
A jockey's role is important, but there's a lot of elements. We're a very small part of a big team, and like, you know, you've seen today in Zabeel, you've the trainer, you have the assistant trainer, the staff, everybody else that works as a team, and, you know, we are the finished article of it. I mean, when we win the race, we get the plaudits. You know, we're at the front of the camera and we get the plaudits and the trainer gets the plaudits, but there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes that doesn't get realised, you know, doesn't be seen as, you know, and so without that team doing all the work, preparing the horses from day one to get to the races, you know, without their support, it's like I say, go back to a Formula One car, without his mechanics and his whole team around him, they're not possible to win races. So without them, a jockey's achievements would be very small without the team behind it. The strongest relationship I've ever had with a horse, apart from the pony I had when I was 3 years of age, is Ronaldo the Wizard, the most famous UAE horse. He's my favourite horse, you know. I mean, you try not to make favourites, but it's hard not to. He was my first Group 1 winner. He won on Dubai World Cup night, and he won the Golden Shaheen Group 1 race. And he's the oldest horse in Dubai racing. He's 12 years of age and he's still racing competitively. And I've always said when his time comes that he retires, I will give that horse a home. I will look after him for the rest of his life.
هو كان أنه هو لازم بيكون الجوكي العالمي يعني رئيسي هنا لازم هو نتائجه قوية، مسوي نتائج، ماخذ بطولات، ماخذ كل شيء. فهو يكون نحن نيبه هنا يوم يشتغل ويانا بمدة سنة شفناه أخلاق عنده زينة، أهم شيء الأخلاق بعد، ما بلا بس الجوكي أهله يركب وخلاق ما عنده، هذا مو جوكي، لازم يكون أخلاقه طيبة وكل شيء منه زين والنتائج على الخيل وعلى الجوكي وعلى المدرب، ويكون إن شاء الله صالح.
You know, this is what I always wanted to do, and to be doing it and to be successful as it's like I say, it's a dream come true, and we still have more dreams. You know, we still wake up and there's more ambitions. That's the one thing with racing.
Some jockeys retire when they're 20, 30, 40. There is no age.
There's always more races that you haven't won that you want to win. So we take each race at a time, and it's like I say, I'm doing a job that is a hobby to me. You know, it's something that I think a lot of people are probably less fortunate. They go to work every day and it's probably not the job they want to do, but this is something I would do if they didn't pay me.
كل موسم أنا عندي ضغط يصير، ليش؟ كل ما تودي خيل وتركبه يصير عندك ضغط، بفوز ما أفوز حتى يومين ثلاثة نفكر في حق الريس.
La pression commence, on se met la pression un peu tout seul parce que aussi on veut du résultat. Donc on va être sûr que les chevaux ont été bien préparés.
ليش؟ أنك أنت صاير في معركة، ما بصير روحك بس، صاير ويا ناس تبغي تفوز. العالم عليك، المرشحين عليك، الملاك عليك، أصحاب الخيل عليك، كل الناس اللي يتابعون هذا الحصان في هذا مرشحين، ناس بعد مرشحين، فكون ضغط علينا نحن.
Colour about to come off the back straight, and Jordan Sport's gone to the front, found the lead and led by a length over Yelter in second, about 3.5 lengths away to do by one, Mike.
Mais maintenant, on commence bien à connaître. Il y a aussi le propriétaire qui veut des résultats. On est ici pour gagner, pas pour être deuxième. On va dire que ça commence au moment de la première réunion pour voir un peu où en sont les chevaux, où sont nos chevaux, où sont les chevaux des autres entraîneurs, voir qui est plus avancé en préparation. Mais après, avec l'expérience, maintenant, on sait à peu près où on en est. Il y a toujours un peu de pression.
Pressure-wise, for me as a reporter, I think so long as I've done my background research, I know all about the horse's form, where they were purchased, what they've done, how they've been training in the build-up to the race, then there isn't too much pressure. The difficult things come if something unexpected happens. You have an injury to horse or jockey, that's a little bit difficult. We have to know how best to present that, to report it to the viewers, so that makes things a little bit difficult.
لا تكون فيه نوع من التوتر، خاصة يعني الأيام اللي تسبق السباق، والسبب الرئيسي مش على الفوز والخسارة فقط، لا، هنا يكون المدرب تحت الضغط شديد أن الحصان ما يصاب أثناء التدريبات.
They're set and they're racing. Kim Bear, one of the best to begin off the inside. A heavy metal is pushed hard out of the gate. Secret Ambition and Fantastic Four also go hard. Just in behind them as they settle down Dream Cup.
It is clear, it is sure that the more the season is going, the more it is a little bit dangerous that there is that something happens, you know, on the legs or you know, it's the more you do, the more dangerous it is that you've been hurt. That's absolutely normal. In every sport, it's like that.
Kim Bear is the leader, eyeballed now by Heavy Metal as they come to the final 650. They were followed after 5 lengths in the field too.
هذا أصعب مرحلة تمر على الموظفين والمدرب والجوكي والمالك.
I get nervous as well on the big race days. I want to see a good result. I want to see racing in Dubai showcased in the best possible light.
المالك أولاً شفت الضغط اللي راح يكون تحته هو. الآن نجي قبل السباق شو يصير بينا؟ أنت منتظر 7 شهور عشان يبدأ الموسم. فبس تدعي يا رب أنه كل شيء، لأنه الشيء اللي ما قلناه إحنا نعاني من الإصابات. الإصابة هي الكارثة الكبيرة اللي تصيب أي مالك.
أنت تعبت 2 سنين وجاهز أثناء السباق قبل بيوم أو يومين تعطى الحصان، تكون في خيبة أمل كبيرة.
Yeah, that makes the stuff nice. I mean, we are there to see that and to try to be there before something happens. That's the goal.
Coming along is Gold Star. Newland's about to go up and Treasury Notes. They're racing in the Dubai City of Gold, and Treasury Notes was clearly the last to begin. Hawkbill shows good speed and driving through his course.
Once you get on the horse, everything falls natural anyway, so it's pretty awesome. But there is plenty of hype beforehand.
Gill Complex and Best Solution are trapped out wide, followed by Trouble, of course. A fair way back in the field is Gold Star, and now Hawkbill given a little bit more rein by Buick, slides around the outside. They were followed by Alahama as they come down towards the bend, followed by Call to the Bar. Bill looms up on the outside, runs to a clear second now. Around the outside, Call to the Bars travelled into it quite strongly. They were followed by Earnshaw, but Hawkbill went for home. Hawkbill loomed alongside a Frontiersman. Hawkbill just in front. Frontiersman grinding away over on the inside. Hawkbill finding enough down to the Y. They hit it. Hawkbill is...
Obviously, we're obviously now 3 weeks away from the World Cup, so this is the biggest day in the UAE, the biggest day in Dubai racing history. You know, this is the main day. And to me, this is my biggest day. You'll hear jockeys, you'll always have a jockey being asked, what's the one race you want to win? You know, guys from the UK will say the Derby, you know, the French guys will say the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. In America, they want to win the Breeders' Cup. And being from the UK, the one race I want to win is the Dubai World Cup, because this is home for me, and it's been part of my racing life for 20 years. This is how I see, and it's the world's richest race, and I want to win that race. That's the one race that I've always wanted to win.